Qualification for the FIFA World Cup 2022 in Europe has reached the fever pitch now, with the last of the playoffs set to take place and determine the teams who will, at the very last minute, book their tickets to the Qatar World Cup in 2022. Yet, from the 3 matches that will be happening soon enough, or 2 matches, there is one match that has piqued our interest more than normal. Why is that the case? We're going to talk about that just in a bit. Hello everyone, welcome back to Sports Today. My name is Shane Dias. Thank you so much for joining us. And today we are going to be talking about the World Cup qualifier playoff between Portugal and North Macedonia. Now, normally when you see a match like Portugal versus North Macedonia, you think, yeah, Portugal getting an easy win, right? Wrong. North Macedonia, a country that was formed only in 1991, have developed very quickly into the kind of giant killing nation that most underdogs would be proud of. In fact, during the recent World Cup qualifiers themselves, they first beat Germany 2-1. But perhaps their biggest scalp came when they made it to the playoffs, semi-finals, and they knocked out defending European champions Italy. Yes, we did a separate video on what that loss means for Italy, what the win means for North Macedonia. Check it out in our section when you have the time. But for now, North Macedonia, giant killers, underdogs, and they do have a real chance, because lest we forget, anything can happen over 90 minutes in a game of football. Of course, if it were up to North Macedonia, they might even take it beyond the 90 minutes, giving themselves a better chance. However, it is still safe to say that whilst we cannot write off North Macedonia, it will indeed be Portugal who start as favourites. In fact, Cristiano Ronaldo himself has come out and said that there is no World Cup without Portugal. Now, Portugal, is worth noting, have qualified for the World Cup in the last 5 straight occasions, and they would not want to be missing out on making it for the 6th straight time. However, the case for North Macedonia is just, well, it's a little bit more interesting because they have never ever played in a FIFA World Cup. In fact, the first time that they ever played in a multi-nation football tournament was Euro 2020 of last year. In fact, not played, but qualified, because they did play in the UEFA Nations League. However, the fact that they've made it this far and actually given themselves a shot at making it to the World Cup is nothing short of commendable. But it also means that confidence is running high amongst people from the country, not least so by the president, or in the president, Stevo Pendarovski, who, after North Macedonia had beaten Italy in the qualifiers, in the playoff semi-finals, took to Twitter and wrote a very simple tweet, and this time in full English, mind you, where he said, "Get ready at Cristiano," tagging Ronaldo, "you are next." Quite the statement of intent and a very Goldberg-esque pronunciation from the president. Will it come true? You never really know, because North Macedonia have shown that they can beat teams that are bigger than them. But Portugal are also keen to qualify for the World Cup and to cement their status as recent heavyweights of Europe. But more so than anything, there will also be a sense of injustice burning, because they felt that they arguably should have been finishing first place in their group if it were not for a bit of dodgy officiating and some admittedly performances they put in where they were probably not as up to the mark as they would have liked to be. Nevertheless, they're still in with a shot, and all they have to do is beat North Macedonia, and Cristiano Ronaldo and co will be at the World Cup again. There's also the subplot that, Ronaldo, who's now 37 years old, would want to be playing in this World Cup because it could very well be his last World Cup. Should he fail to make it, I think the world of football would be the biggest losers in that case, but sport is such a wonderful thing that it's all about who's better on the day. Of course, this isn't the only World Cup qualifier that is going to be taking place later today. There is also Poland versus Sweden, again meaning that one of the more decent sides of Europe doesn't necessarily get to make it to Qatar, but such is the beauty of the qualification format. There is also a third playoff, but the final for that is going to take place later. Football fans will remember that Gareth Bale had put in a sensational performance for Wales and put them in the final, but their final opponents have not been decided. The reason for that is that the other semi-final match was between Ukraine and Scotland, and that match got postponed for very obvious reasons. Ukraine, lest we forget, are currently in the midst of a war with Russia, and therefore that match could not go ahead as planned. So Whoever wins that final, the semi-final and then the final, will book the third and final place. And of course, whenever that happens, wherever we may be, wherever you may be, rest assured that you'll get all of the reactions from us. So once again, if you're seeing this video and are not subscribed, please subscribe. It only takes a second to do so. Drop a like if you enjoyed watching this. Leave a comment below letting us know who you think. Will it be Portugal who makes it through, or North Macedonia going to turn giant killers for the third time during these World Cup qualifiers? Don't forget, as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, all of the good stuff. And remember, keep following Sports Today for all of the latest news, views and opinions in the world of sports. I've been Shane Dias. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.